Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. Today we have an unboxing of the new Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Now you probably already know it, but this is the first Ultrabook under the ThinkPad line and one of Lenovo's first Ultrabooks as well. It has the new Ivy Bridge processor, of course, and it's the world's thinnest 14-inch laptop. Now I'm one of the first people to get it, I'm sure of that, so I just figured I'd do a little unboxing to show everyone exactly what we'll be seeing here. Okay, first things first, we have the laptop here. Right up there in the front. I'm going to set that aside for now so that I can talk about everything else that's inside the box here. So we have three sub boxes, and the first thing on this side is your mini display port to VGA converter. I'm not sure if that comes standard, but I got it. If it doesn't come standard, it'll cost a little extra, probably only like 20 bucks or so. I remember it being a great deal, so I'd say go for that. Really handy. Then over here we have the charger, which is the new standard one that Lenovo just came out with, and they will be using all their new 2013 models, and probably from then on 2014 and every other year after that. They don't change their chargers a lot, so this is a pretty big deal. It has a new rectangular port, which is actually much thinner than anything else I've ever seen. It's actually, I think, one of the thinnest in the market, so that's really good. And it comes in two parts, of course, with this part and then this part disconnected from it. So that's that box. Now we do have one last box, which isn't really anything. It's just all your warranties and all that stuff that no one ever reads. So I didn't even open that up yet. So that's just the insides of the box now. That's it for that. Okay. Now moving on to the laptop itself. My version is the i7 with the 4 gigs of RAM, which is the highest end version they are currently making. There are rumors that they will come out with an 8 gig version for the i7 soon, but I've heard nothing definite about that yet. Resume time is very fast, as you can see. I already set mine up, of course, and everything. But this does have a couple new features that Lenovo has integrated, such as the integrated keyboard backlight, which they've had before, but now they have the double setting where it's off midway, then all the way on, which is a little nice. It has the 720p high definition camera, which they've had for a while now, but it's still the standard ThinkPad quality that we've all loved. Lenovo has a lot of really good conference call technology, especially the webcam they're famous for. Of course, this is the world's thinnest 14-inch laptop. So I will go now and talk about how thin it is. It's actually surprisingly thin, even more in person when you see it yourself. The carbon fiber makes it look thin itself because the parts themselves are thin, not just the laptop. So I'm just going to move around now and show you guys the sides. So on this side we have nothing up here at the front. We have the SD card reader, the combo headphone and microphone jack. It does have a microphone on board, but this is if you want to hook up another one. Then we have our mini display port, and then we have our USB 3.0. That's a new standard feature on the 2012 models that we've seen from Lenovo, and pretty much every laptop line on the market right now is gonna have that USB 3.0. You should really watch out for that. It's about 10 times as fast, they say. I can attest to that. It's very speedy, and it's really worth it. Over here we have the new power jack, very slim. Apparently the old one was too thick to actually use on the laptop, so they had to go with a slimmer one there. I do happen to really like that. It's very nice. Over here we have another USB port. This one is an always-on USB port, so even though the laptop may be off, you can charge your, say, iPod, your phone, your tablet, anything you really want that can charge by a USB. You can just charge it right off of that. So it's very useful. Then right here we have a Wi-Fi switch to turn off or on Wi-Fi. That's useful if you're on a plane or anything like that. It also does work for the mobile broadband and the Bluetooth, of course. So that's very nice and useful. Over here on the top, we have over the matte finish. Very, very matte. You're not going to get any fingerprints at all on this whatsoever. No grease marks or anything. We have a battery light that shows if it's charging or not. And we have this sleeping thing that'll flash like that if it's sleeping like mine is right now. That's pretty useful too, although it can be a little annoying if you're going to leave that out at night. So moving back to the insides of the laptop, it does have the new chiclet keyboard that we're seeing standard now on every 2012 model here. A lot of people do not like this new keyboard because it has one less row than the previous models have, but I happen to really like it. And I've used a lot of Lenovo keyboards, so I can really say that this one's actually my favorite. Combined with this backlight that I really love, I've fallen in love with that really easily. This is by far the best keyboard I've ever used, actually. I'm surprised at how well they actually made it, considering last year's X1 model, which is very popular. Engadget had called that the best keyboard in the world. So this is the same keyboard technology, just enhanced even better now. I love it. There's nothing like it in the world. Also, this is the largest trackpad Lenovo has ever made. Let me get in there closer for you guys. Lenovo has come under a lot of criticism in the past for having poorly designed trackpads because they've always focused on the track point here, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. So now they really have designed a much better trackpad there. It's huge. If you guys have ever used the 2009, 2010, or 2011 MacBook Air or MacBook Pros, you'll know of a trackpad of a similar size, although this is actually bigger. It's really huge. It's great. It has it's multi-touch and it's glass too, so you can have different gestures like pinch to zoom or a three-way scroll to scroll through your applications, different stuff to launch applications like hold down 3. Very useful things. Of course, it does have your scroll click button, which is essential for every business line laptop. I can't stand using a laptop without that. You really grow to love that the more you use it. And of course, we have left and right click. Mine comes with, as I said before, and a Core i7 from Intel and Windows 7. They all come with Windows 7, although in about a month they're going to be rolling out with Windows 8. Of course, this keyboard does have a couple different features than your standard keyboard would have. The FN keys over here that would control backlight, and all the stuff up here on your F row. We also have your multimedia keys at the top, which is a contrast to last year's X1, which had them at the sides. I like them much more at the top. Some people like them at the sides. It's really a personal preference. Of course, Lenovo has their famous chiclet keys, which are curved inward. They claim makes it easier to type on. I agree with that, actually. It is very useful. Of course, at the top here, we have the lights, as you guys can see, are flashing right now. This one is for Wi-Fi, which tells me the Wi-Fi is on. And this one's for the hard drive, which blinks when the hard drive's running. So say I'm going to go and log in here using my fingerprint reader. It's going to load off of the hard drive there, which I have saved because it's only in a, I was only logged out there. This is actually not the standard wallpaper. I just changed that on me there for a second. So overall, I love the laptop so far. I don't want to go too much into in depth with the laptop, but I love it so far. Thanks guys for watching. This has been an unboxing of the new Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon, the world's thinnest 14-inch laptop, and Lenovo ThinkPad's first Ultrabook in that line. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.